maybe. Ah, there we go. It's about freaking fracking time. Had to download some freaking fracking drivers, and that didn't want to work. But guess what? It's about to work right now because Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to another episode of Packast, the podcast where you're not to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. God, I apologize for being 16 minutes late. I had to freaking download and update some drivers, and it wasn't letting me stream, and it was doing this, and it was doing that, and it was doing terrible things, and I just didn't like it. But thank you so much for watching. I'm freaking fracking full-time Grossi. Oh, let's get some Q&A stuff up in here. Brandon, I am phenomenal. How are you? I am good. Today was a busy day. Today was a good day. Today was a positive day. Today was a good day for the podcast. And today was good. Sony Michel or James White? Ooh. Do you have to start one of them? God. I feel like James White is more efficient in the passing game, so he might get you some more yardage there. So, who am I taking tonight? I think the Chiefs are going to take. I think it's the Chiefs. Thoughts on the Raiders game? I held a whole interview uploaded, but I think the Packers should be able to move the ball on them, depending on what we got, depending on what we have wide receiver. I mean, hopefully, they're saying, Devontae Adams said that his foot feels a million times better. I don't know if that means it's ready. I don't want to rush it back, but we might be in trouble. Chad with $1.99 says, love this channel, Packers Chiefs Super Bowl. I'm here for it. You know I'm here for it. You know it. Aiden with $1.99 says, you have my dream job. It could be your dream job too, buddy. Just take 5 years, do 2 full-time jobs for 3 of those years, and you too might be able to have modest success on the YouTube. It's as easy as that. I don't know why everyone doesn't do it. Oh, wait, no, I do. Okay, and then we got Mr. Steal Your Pasta 97, and I just ate my pasta, and I turned around and didn't know where it went, and now I know, with a $9.99 saying, honest opinion on the Jets, do they have a shot at the wild card? Yes. Might take some flack for this, but with Sam Darnold and a healthy defense, yes, I think that they could potentially make it into the wild card. Now, I think that Monday night, I could be way off on this, but I think Monday night's going to be a very close game. Now, the Patriots might kill them, but the Patriots did not look good for that first half against the Giants. I think they are beatable, and, it might be the Jets who do it. With Sam Darnold, they're a different team, so there is potential. If they get Darnold and Le'Veon Bell going and they get that defense healthy, anything is possible, except the Dolphins winning. Call me crazy, I think the Chiefs start crumbling tonight against Denver. Proud Patriot, you might be right. You might be right. They've lost 2 in a row, 2 at home. And that defense has become a liability for them. They need to sort that out quick. What will you do if the Packers miss the playoffs or get knocked out in the first round? Do the same thing I've done for 2 years. Make a reaction video about it and then cry into a pillow very, very loudly. But other than that, nothing much. Nothing much. Listen, I grew a lot last year on this channel when they were doing terrible, so. Luke, Call of Duty, yes or no? I haven't played a Call of Duty since Advanced Warfare, and it was bad. But I haven't played in a long time, but I loved Modern Warfare, and I loved Modern Warfare 2. I'm cautiously optimistic about this. I'd have to wait for some reviews to come out. Even if this is my full-time job and I just have the subbing 4 times a week, I probably still won't have that time to play video games. I have Borderlands 3, which I've only sunk like 2 hours into since I got it. It's a problem. But I have a feeling it might get better. So, I hope so. I hope it does. This would be a cool one. Let's see. Charlotte with a $15 donation has been subbed since June. Congrats on living the green and gold dream. Tom, go Pack, go. Charlotte, thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it very much so. Yeah, yesterday was a very weird day with lots of different emotions. I mean, I came home and I still did 3 videos, and then today I woke up and went and handed in paperwork for the sub job and then did 3 videos, but I felt so relieved today And while I was like working incredibly hard, didn't like eat anything, I was still incredibly happy with what I was doing. So listen, it takes a hell of a lot of work and a lot of patience, but 5 years of hard work finally starting to pay off. Feels good. Hopefully it can continue. Zachary with a $5 donation for a student that is trying to figure out what to do. One of my options is teaching. Is it a good profession to get into? Oh, that's $1 million question now, is it? Now, myself am a teacher. Jade is a teacher. My mom is a teacher. Many friends and family are teachers. It is a job that you have to love, and you have to, regardless of everything around you, whether it's administration or parents, or even sometimes, even though the kids are almost never the problem, the kids, it could grind you down, and it's often like not rewarding, and it's very, very difficult. But when you get through to like that one kid, or those kids pass those tests because of you helping them, because you don't do it, you help them and you guide them. It could be very self-rewarding, but it's a lot of work to go into it. I know plenty of teachers who have gone into the job who have just done it because they have summers off and they are no longer teachers. And there's a reason for that. I mean, there's a reason we have summers off, because especially your first year teaching, it is a 7-day-a-week going outside before and after school kind of gig. And it's really easy to get burnt out with it. It also helps when you're not doing another full-time job, obviously. But it can be a very rewarding profession, and we need good teachers, 100%. Alex with a $3.99 donation. Sanu or Green if you could choose? Green if I could choose, but I think he's going to cost too much. I prefer Sanu if he's going to be a little bit cheaper. Nick with $9.99 says, what would you think about sending 2 first-rounders for Julio? Could you imagine Adams and Julio on the same team? He's a great locker room guy, and we'd be worth an obvious need. I mean, the Falcons literally just re-signed him to like a mega contract. I don't see them dealing with him, and I wouldn't give up 2 first-rounders, to be completely honest. If the Packers still have issues at receiver at the end of the season, then they could use their first-round pick on a receiver. There's a bunch coming out of this draft, so I don't think that the urgency is there. And when we get Devontae back, obviously it's a different team. I'm still hoping for the development, but I don't want to spend first-round picks. That's big draft capital for that. I wouldn't spend that much. Probably not Green with $1.99. Basically, have a Chargers home game. I'm thinking win. Yeah, when I was looking at the Chargers game on the schedule against the Packers, I was like, oh, this could be rough. This could be tough. I don't know about that anymore. It might not. What's my least favorite team? Seahawks. Seahawks all the way. Okay. Boom. Little known perfection. Who's the best NFC North team in 5 years? Oh, you mean like in 5 years, who will be the best? That's a good question. I gotta look into my crystal ball, my crystal toaster. In 5 years, who's going to be the best NFC team? I would assume Aaron Rodgers is starting to get to the end of his career, into the twilight. Kirk Cousins will be gone, so maybe the Vikings will actually be good. The Bears might have a quarterback. You know what? I'm going to go on a long shot. I'm going to say the Lions. I'm going to say in 5 years with Matt Patricia, if they're still there, if he's able to build that team out, I think the Lions are going to be good in 5 years. I think it'll happen before then, but I think they'll be good in 5 years. So I think so. How far do I see the Packers going this year? I think they have playoff potential. It depends on if we can stay healthy. That's going to be the biggest thing, and if the offense can get in rhythm. If they can, watch out, because the defense is already doing pretty damn well. So, what's my favorite NFL team? The jury's still out on that one. Not really sure. Not really sure what my favorite team is. I don't know. Maybe the Texans. Yeah, Brian, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Are you going to check out the Chiefs Broncos? Today is my birthday. Well, Boopy Duper. That username makes me smile. I like that username. Boopy Duper. That's a funny name. I'm probably not going to watch the game tonight just because after this, I have some more editing to do. I got videos that are coming out tomorrow. I have a wedding tomorrow. I have to head down to away to go to a wedding. So I'm probably going to be working tonight, so not going to have time. Daniel, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. Digging the Packast sweater? I love it. Bonfire.com/Packast. You can own one too. I think the Chiefs will win tonight. I do. Tommy, I traded for Devontae Adams in an absolute steal. Gave up Ridley and Connor for Carry-On and Adams. When do you think Adams will be back in full potential? Also love the decision. Thank you, thank you. Wow, that is a steal. I would think within the next, I mean, you might not like this, but within the next 3 weeks, I think he'll definitely be back. It's probably going to be a little bit sooner. If it's not this week, I think it'll be next week, but within the next. Have I ever met a Packers player? Yes. Yes, I have. Now you have more time on your hand, are you going to step up practice to get on revenge on Nagler? I am going to make, during the off season, we're going to get Aaron Nagler, and he's going to come into Packast's turf. Here we go, in the frozen tundra of my basement. And yes, revenge shall be had. Absolutely. Absolutely. We want Jade. Who doesn't want Jade? Especially on sloppy Saturdays. Nick with $1.99 says Falcons are going to be rebuilding, just saying. Yeah, just a bit. Their defense is terrible, and they have so much power and weapons on the offense, and they can't get anything done. I got no idea. I got no idea. At the preseason game, Devontae Adams smiled at me. That's phenomenal. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate the congratulations. Do you think they should change the dress code so I can wear my cheese hat? Listen. Cougar Beast. I like the username. There are people in this world that are leaders, and then there are followers. Be a leader, wear the cheese head. America. And if they try to take it off of you, take off your shirt and say, I thought this was America. I thought this was the land of the free. Got him. God, sometimes I am just so stupid. Oh, I love it. Are you excited for Chiefs vs. Packers game? Yes! Yes! I cannot wait for that Sunday night game. That's going to be ridiculously good. I can't wait to stream it. Mr. Steal Your Pasta, 97 with $1.99. Bold prediction, Mike Evans gets traded. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, the Buccaneers, I mean, what else do they have, though? I mean, they're not going to have Jameis Winston on the team next year unless he makes a miraculous turnaround, which, again, he's not going to, so I don't know. I mean, maybe for the draft capital. What do you think of Kyler Murray? I think he is doing as best as he can with absolutely nothing to work with. And I mean that nothing. Packers or Raiders on Sunday? Packers. How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys indeed? Zachary, $2 Nation, the Falcons are the opposite to the Bears. Yeah, I would say that. Absolutely. Yeah, and that Bears have a really strong defense, not a good offense, and vice versa for the Falcons. Yeah. But yeah, I say Packers. Packers should be able to win, I think. Hardest game on Pat's schedule. Well, they have that run of 5 games, which is pretty brutal. Like, obviously, they have a joke of a schedule right now, but after the Jets and after the Browns, they have the Ravens, who I think they should beat, considering their defense isn't great. Eagles will be whatever. Cowboys, meh. If the Cowboys can get it going. Texans should be a tough game, and Chiefs should be a tough game. So I think the Texans and the Chiefs will give them the most problems, and we'll actually be able to see if that defense is for real, or if they've just been going against soft teams, and that's why they've been being so successful. We'll see. What about the Browns? Will they win the Super Bowl? Not this year. And again, you look at all the talent that's on the team. I mean, there's obviously Baker Mayfield is not playing well at all, but there's one person that you blame for that, and that's the coach, because they are so undisciplined. So, yeah. How tall am I? 6 foot. 6 feet stacked on one another. Chiefs drops 3 straight? Maybe. Maybe. Do I follow any NHL or MLB? I don't. If I had to choose, I don't know. Go with Wisconsin things. Why not? I'm already a Packers fan, so. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady? Aaron Rodgers all day, every day. Baker Mayfield's having a sophomore slump. Yes, he is. Yes, he definitely. And again, they have so much talent on both sides of the ball. Their defense has all the pieces to be successful, and their offense has Nick Chubb, who is in my opinion, great. They'll obviously get Hunt back potentially this season. And then they have wide receivers like Landry and Beckham to throw to. Is kind of a joke. We don't play the Texans. No, someone asked about the Patriots, what their toughest schedule is. Serious question, though. Favorite AFC team? If I had to look, I actually don't mind the Texans. I like J.J. Watt a lot. So I'd say Texans. I joke about the Texans a lot, but I'd say Texans. Tom Brady retirement year, 2055. What would I do if Green Bay is not a team? Not be doing this Q&A. Mr. Steal Your Pasta 97 with $4.99 donation. It's safe to say Baker, not counting Rosen, has been the worst QB out of the QBs drafted last year. Let's see. All right, let's take a look at the Sam Darnold. Yeah, he's good. Josh Rosen has never had an offensive line, so I can't really blame him. Josh Allen, yeah. Mason Rudolph, we haven't seen enough of. I wouldn't say he's the worst right now, but he's near the bottom right this second. He was good last year. Soggy Spy, what's going on, bud? With $1.99 says, Tom, who wins the NFC East this year? Whoever wins on Sunday. That's my prediction. Whoever wins on Sunday night between the Eagles and the Cowboys, I think they'll have enough to take the division by the end of it. Why have we not given Dexter Williams any snaps? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Dexter Williams. He's just being kept out. I don't know if it's an injury thing. I don't know if it's just he's inactive because I don't have an answer for you. I'd love to see more of him, to be honest, but I don't know what's going on with him. Who wins the NFC South? Saints. Saints all the way. Eric with $1.99. How good do you think Jair Alexander is? I think Jair Alexander is great, but he's still improving. Now listen, this is only his second year. Had a good first half to 3/4 of the season last year, then not so great, and then also got injured. So I think this year he's had great games, and then he's had very mad games. You know, the game against the oh God, what team was it? It stood out, and he was not good. I think it was the Vikings or the Broncos game, or the Eagles. It was one of those games where he was just blowing coverages left and right. So, you know, I think that he has room for improvement. But again, he's only a second-year player, so I'm not expecting the moon here. But I think he's going to be very, very good for this team for years to come. So, let's see. Should we expect a bigger role for Allen Lazard? Listen, after coming in last week and doing what he did, I think so. I think he's earned it, and especially if Gmo is out this week and also Devontae is out, yeah, I think you're going to see Lazard get a lot more touches. You can see MVS finally break out. I know we're all waiting for it. Kumaro might have some more touches too. I don't know what Ryan Grant is going to do. Again, he's going up against his former team that he was there for 2 weeks for, but I think Lazard has earned more snaps, and I think he's going to get them on Sunday, especially with the injuries. Zachary, what do you think about the Rams? Well, they just made that secondary a whole lot better with Jalen Ramsey. But for me, the Rams, they're not just there's not just problems on the defensive side of the ball. And they're going against the 49ers last week. But I actually got to sit down and watch that, I really kind of look at parts of that game. And the play calling, besides the first drive where they got their only touchdown, was just lacked so much innovation. It was just dump-off passes and underneath routes and then running it 2 times straight up the middle on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. For Sean McVay, this offensive guru that everybody loves and everyone wants to model their teams after and hire coaches that have just sniffed his jockstrap before, I am very underwhelmed. I don't think Jared Goff has not been playing well this year at all. And they have to fix things. Todd Gurley, obviously, is not a main factor in that defense, in that offense anymore. He is injured, but at the same time, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Right now, the Rams have so many weapons, but they're playing as individuals, and they're not coming together cohesively as a team. And I think that's really going to hurt them because they're in a competitive division where I think the Seahawks can take it, and if the 49ers are for real, they're screwed. Hunter with a $4.99 donation. Do you think Rudolph is the next quarterback the Steelers need when Big Ben retires? I think he's in that position where he could be. But again, it's gonna. He needs time. He needs more weapons. You know, James Conner has not been playing great, except for the past couple weeks. He's been playing pretty well, but you know, the Steelers also have some I'm gonna say rebuilding to do. They lost a lot of talent. They lost Antonio Brown. They lost Le'Veon Bell. Yes, they lost lots of headache, But they never replaced that talent, and people are going to blame Juju Smith-Schuster for not being a number one guy. I think Juju Smith-Schuster can be a number one guy, but I think that he has just there's no one to throw the ball to, and I think right now they're just in a slump. They need to give him more of more options and more weapons to actually utilize, or they're going to be in trouble. If the Packers had to trade for a veteran receiver, who's your ideal guy? If money doesn't matter, I'd love A.J. Green. Money matters, though. Sanders would make sense if the price was right. The Packers obviously reached out for him, and the Broncos said thank you, but no thank you. So, I mean, if they had to go for a veteran, though, I mean, Sanders makes the most amount of sense based on the cheapness of the deal. I mean, people have thrown out, like, Devontae Parker. Sure, he has a drop issue, though. I feel like Sanders would be the guy if we're like considering like cap space and money and everything like that. Chance of your child become a Viking, Seahawks, or Patriots fan, 1 to 100%. If I can't be a Seahawks or Vikings fan if you don't have children. Trevor Jones, $1.99. 2011, 2015, Aaron with his defense. How many rings? Let's go through this. 2011. I think they have a ring, and 2014, I think they have a ring. So I'd say, and again, it's very difficult to win a Super Bowl, but I'd say there's a chance that he has 2 more rings. Again, with $2 Nation, what do you think of Gmo? Seems like he drops a lot. Yeah, Geronimo Allison has been very disappointing for me, considering I literally was on his bandwagon and was like, yes, he's going to be our guy this year. He's going to have this huge breakout year. But, I've been disappointed. I think it's a bunch of it is a mental thing, but at the same time, he benefits because like guys like EQ are out and Devontae are out, so there's not a ton of competition right this second. But like if Lazard steps up, and the fact that we just got Grant, who is a slot guy, I think that he could potentially be in trouble, and he might not stay on the team if he continues with this drops, and it might be a Jamon Moore thing. Thoughts on the Broncos trying to get Cam Newton for Von Miller? Is that actually true? Like, someone else said that too, but I didn't know if there was any actual truth to those rumors. I wouldn't trade Von Miller for Cam Newton. But listen, if they want to do that, they can do that. Do I know how to do math proofs? No, definitely not. With all the talent out of it, would you say 2017 running back draft class is the best running back draft class of all time? Let's see. 2017 running back drafts. Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Kamara, James Conner, Cohen, Marlon Mack. I wouldn't say best of all time just yet because we're only 2 years removed, but they're pretty damn impressive. What do I think of the Smiths on Packers D? Night and day, our defense. They literally are game changers. And I was talking about this with the Raiders fan, too, because I was asking him, like, listen, like, you traded away Khalil Mack. He's a once-in-a-generational player. Like, how can you be happy about that? And he said, listen, the amount of picks that we got, the players that we got, we had so many holes that even if you had Khalil Mack and if he's the best defensive player in the league, he's not going to be able to do everything. And I thought about that, and while every Packers fan was disappointed we didn't get Khalil Mack, and of course we would love Khalil Mack on the team still, if we got Khalil Mack, that would have solved one issue, and we probably would have gotten a better record last year, could have made the playoffs, but Mike McCarthy might not have been fired, we might not have a new offensive coordinator, and I think the fact that we were able to plug so many holes in free agency in the draft, we've become a more balanced team. So now we're actually looking at the offense. They're like, oh, we need to help out the offense. But right now, I'm pretty happy with who we have. Proud Patriot, I think Houston is the surprise team to watch right now. Yeah, Watson is playing out of his mind right now. So I think he's doing damn well. Ouija Pie in the corner eating pasta. That is a name. That is a name. What do you think the Packers' record will be? Again, I've been cautiously saying 10-6. Where we're at right now, I'm going to look at the Packers' schedule right now. Let's see. Packers' schedule. All right, so the remaining teams we got left. The toughest teams that we still have to play are the Chiefs. I'm going to ignore the Chargers. So Chiefs, Panthers, 49ers. So that's 3. I'd say the Bears are still going to be difficult. And then maybe the Vikings. So that's 5. If we lost all 5 of those games, we're still 10-6. And I don't think we're going to lose all 5 of those games. So I think 10-6 is being like cautiously optimistic, but I think we could potentially do better than that. Again, it all depends on if we're healthy or not. If we're not healthy, then we're screwed. Brandon the Buck with $1.99 says, my Bolts are doing awful this year. Yeah, man. They are not doing well. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. I mean, they have talent, but I think Derwin James, the loss of him has been a mess. And guys like Eckler have filled in really well, at least on my fantasy team. But yeah, they can't get it going. And I mean, I got to say, that last Sunday night game, the fact that the Steelers literally flooded that stadium was a bit embarrassing. Miss Chili Pasta 97, did someone say pasta? I did eat pasta. It was delicious. I love me some pasta. What do I think of the Packers coach, Matt LaFleur? I love it, and I love the innovation that he's bringing to this team. I love the innovation he's bringing. Is Gmo the next Jamon Moore? I hope he's not. I really hope he's not. But only time will tell on that one. So, what do I think of the head coach extension? Again, yeah, Matt LaFleur has been doing... Matt LaFleur right now is the only winning coach in the NFL in his first year. So, yeah, he's doing pretty damn well. I like it. Let's see. Do you agree how he handled Greg Jennings? Trevor, thank you for the $1.99 donation. I can see why Greg Jennings is bitter. But at the same time, like, I feel like there's a point where, like, you look at it like a Clay Matthews situation, right? Like, we called up Clay Matthews. He's like, I would have taken less money to stay with you guys. But you were like, no, thank you. At the end of the day, we as fans get very attached to players like Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson and Clay. But at the end of the day, like, it is a business, and sometimes it's a very cold business. So in that sense, yes. And the way that Greg Jennings has acted about it is just, it's childish. So I'm not about that. Steal your pasta 97, $1.99. I think the Chargers are better off without Melvin Gordon. They might be. Eckler was filling in nicely, in my opinion. Cam Newton and Von Miller trade is a thing. Is it really? Ugh. That doesn't make any sense, though. That doesn't... I'm looking up... All right, it says Denver Broncos encouraged to trade for Panthers Cam Newton. All right. There have been talks of Newton being traded. The Panthers decided to stick with Allen, a quarterback. It looks like there's one team trying to do it, and that's the Broncos. Yeah, but, okay, can I ask where these sources are? I'm not seeing a single, like, let's see. Maybe I'm missing something. Like, let's see, like, has Ian Rappaport talked about this? I trust him. Let's see. No. Again, I don't think that makes any sense considering they just drafted Drew Lock. And it's not like they have aging talent that is like about to disappear. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. I don't like that. I don't know if it's gonna be a thing, but yeah. I would be surprised if that happened. Gretchen with a $2 donation says Nags wants Vitaly to get the ball more. Thoughts? Why not? He's a weapon in the receiving game. We need receivers. Why not? Do it up. And now listen, Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams complement each other very, very well. And I think they make a dynamic duo, especially as Devontae Adams said. So I can understand maybe you don't want to use him in the run game, but yeah, use him in the pass game. And if he doesn't work out, then don't. Gavin with $2 donation, is it possible JT gets picked up by Packers in draft? I don't think so. Right now, I'm saying no. Ask me again at the end of the season. Papa Fat One. Thank you for the donation. What makes you hate the Seahawks so much? Fail Mary, 2014 NFC Championship game. Never forgive, never forget. Ever. Yeah, it does sound like speculation. Trevor $1.99. Any QB in college system you want after Rodgers? I gotta again, like right now, I don't watch college football. I just do a crash course of everything going on college-wise, like a few months before the draft. So I couldn't give you an accurate answer on that. But I'm thinking within the next 2 years, we'll draft a QB to sit behind Rodgers, and it'll be like a Favre-Rodgers situation. But hopefully Rodgers still plays for another 55 years. Packast, thank you. $1.99 saying thank you. Just want to tell you congratulations. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Baseball, never really wanted. Never really watched a whole lot. Luke has a question for me on the Twitters. Didn't even pop up as a notification on there. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, Jamal Williams at 134. Nice. Yeah, Leonard Fournette. Yeah, that's a damn good class. It might wind up being the best running back class ever. Right now, it looks damn good. So, do I think Rosen is a bust or plays for bad teams? It's hard to get a gauge, but listen, he played for the Cardinals, who did zero help for him. Their offensive line is crap, and Kyler Murray is finding that out. And the Dolphins have zero weapons, and I mean zero, and they don't have an offensive line. So I don't think it's possible to get an accurate gauge on him. I flat out am all for picking up Josh Rosen if the Dolphins drop him next year. I'm all for him. Take a flyer on him. That guy with $1.99, how'd you become a Packers fan being in New York? Dad was a Cowboys fan and tried to raise me like that. Went to school one time in 1997. This was elementary school, and heard the Packers beat the Cowboys, and I was a fan ever since. And that was it. Thoughts on Peters' trade? Peters, he's getting blown the hell out on some coverages this season. It's happened in multiple games. So, but the Ravens got him for relatively cheap. So I don't think it could hurt, but your defense needs to get better. Shelby, I do have Borderlands 3. I played a few hours of it, and that was a few weeks ago, and I just haven't had any time since, unfortunately. But I liked what I played thus far. I just need to get more time to play it. Vitaly equals secret weapon for Lambeau playoff games. Yeah, save him for later. Papa Fat One, thank you for the donation, saying, do you think Russell Wilson is the best QB in the NFL? No, but I think he's top 5. Easily top 5. Easily. The guy is great. How close was Papa Grossi to breaking you and turning you to the dark side? He never actually got close with the Cowboys. There was never a scenario or an alternate reality where I was going to be a Cowboys fan. I think I just knew at an early age that, no. I just figured no. Will the Packers make the Super Bowl? Too early to tell. I'm hoping to just make it to the playoffs at this point, and then we'll talk Super Bowl. Who are my top 5 QBs? Ryan, what's going on? Good to see you again, bud. Top 5 QBs in no particular order. You got Aaron Rodgers, you got Tom Brady, you got Russell Wilson, you got Patrick Mahomes, and Drew Brees. Yeah, I'd be pretty confident in that list. Final score, Green Bay, Oakland. I think the Packers will put up points. I think it'll be 31 to 17. 31-17, 31-14. I think it'll be close for a bit, though. So that's what I'm thinking. Carson Wentz or Josh Allen? I had Josh Allen on the Fantasy Studs and Duds thing. I think either way you're going to be good because going against the Dallas defense who hasn't been able to stop a cold, I think you'll be okay. But Josh Allen's playing the Dolphins, and it's been my fantasy go-to that if he's playing the Dolphins, you start him. So, yeah, that's what I would say, because who knows, maybe the Cowboys will actually pull their head out of their ass. Jamin with $5 Nation says, yo, Green Bay are officially interested in getting AJ Green. We need to get it before Pats do. Adam and Green would be a fire duo. I saw those rumors today, too. I don't know how much validity there is in them. I did a whole video on if the Packers should get AJ Green, and he's a free agent next year. If the Bengals are really going to deal him, which would make sense, I don't think he'll be on the Bengals this year because this is the last year for them to potentially get value out of him, like a draft pick. And he's one of those players that teams would be like, all right, we'll give up draft picks even though he's going to be a free agent soon. Yeah, it'd be great for the Packers. I would just be concerned about how much money he's going to cost. But, I mean, right now, we only really have one receiver that's getting paid a lot of money and a tight end that's getting paid a crap ton of money, Jimmy Graham. But he should be going off the team next year, so maybe. We also need to save that for Kenny Clark and stuff. I'm all about re-signing Kenny Clark. Zachary with $5 Nation said, if the Bears fix their offense and it gets back to what it was last year, would you think that means for the NFC North? If the Bears actually get a functioning offense and get David Montgomery going, they actually get a quarterback, or Mitch Trubisky takes the next step, then they're going to be really, really good, and it's going to be a race. If that offense could be like anywhere near like where if they could be like a half of how well, I can't even talk. If they could be half as good as the defense is, they're going to be a very good football team. Wow, that was a tough word sentence to get out. God, I feel like I just stuttered. After being broken by the Mac rumors, I don't pay attention to trade rumors until they actually happen. Truth. We'll see if they wind up picking him up. We'll see. What NFC North team should we most be scared of? I think it's still the Bears, because it's that defense. Who's more scary, Hawks or Niners? I'm more afraid of the Hawks. I'm more afraid of the Seahawks, especially at home. How do I feel about Peyton Manning retiring? He went out on top. And now he can't do Papa John's commercials anymore, because I'm pretty sure he's racist now. Did I tell Mr. Beer that I quit my job? No, there's no Mr. Beer right now. The beer fridge is officially empty right this second. I got to restock it. So fun fact, so people have been requesting this, and they were like, oh, we should do like a beer fund. So here's what I did. On Patreon right now, I created a tier that is reserved for only 4 people. So it's the Bart Star / the Beer Master tier. And so how that will work is it's $15, and basically only 4 people can do it because a 6-pack is roughly about like $15 for any like decently good beer. And so every single stream, we will toast to the Beer Masters for filling up the fridge. So we'll have high quality beers. Mr. Beer will know all about it, and he'll feel loved. Ouija Pie in the corner eating pasta with $1.99 says, what do you think about the interception at the end of week 4? What do I think about the interception at the end of week 4? What? For who? Who are we talking about? Are we talking about the Packers? Are we talking about the Eagles-Packers? I'm confused. I'm sorry. Please clarify. You don't have to donate again. Just tell me. Just tell me which one. Dak Prescott or Kirk Cousins? Cousins just off of the experience. But, you know, Dak, I think, has gotten a lot of benefit for... He makes really good throws now and then. But he also makes terrible decisions. But so does Kirk Cousins. God, yeah, but neither. DTO to 499. Is Peyton Manning better than Tom Brady? Because I think Peyton's better. No. I think Brady's better. Brady's definitely more accomplished, obviously. He's the most accomplished QB of all time, but yeah. I don't even know what's going on in the game right now. I don't even know. Do you think the Giants have a chance at the division? I mean, if they don't fix their defense, no. That's what it could. Saquon Barkley will eventually come back, which will help. But yeah, they need to fix their defense like stat. How much longer do you think Aaron Rodgers will last? What year does his contract end? I want to say it's like 4 or 5 more years. His contract is over in 2023. So hopefully 4 more years. The Packers have an out in 2022, but hopefully it never comes to that because he's still playing amazing football. And again, his stats aren't amazing yet this year, but they don't need to be. So he's still like, some of the throws he was making on Monday night, insane. Absolutely insane. Beer tier is such a great idea. I thought so too. How far do I think the Texans can go? Their defense needs help because, again, they let up a lot of points too. But I think that they could definitely make a deep playoff run this year, and they could give the Patriots a run for their money. Oh, Packers and Eagles game, the interception. Listen, I mean, it's week 4 at this point. So I think that I've moved on, to be honest. But at this point, it is what it is. I mean, that's the best answer I can give to you. And I'm sorry if that's not, like, it is what it is. You know, I'm like, all right, after last week's game with the Lions, like, I'm just like, okay, I need to move on from these weeks as soon as possible. JMaxO, do the folks in the beer tier get to decide what you drink? I want to say no, because that could lead to some terrible, terrible decisions. Like, you couldn't pay me enough money to drink Bud Light unless I was playing beer pong and I was already heavily intoxicated. So, no, but you will get a shout out every single stream. So, that's the payoff. Jay with $5 says, Tom, remember how the Vikings getting robbed by the refs in week 2 against us? Yes. After Monday night, a lot of Vikings claimed they were robbed too. Yeah, again, I don't like this tit for tat thing of like, because again, this happened after the Packers game. Oh, the Packers have been screwed so many times. Yes, 100%. We should fix all of that. Put an eye in the sky, and that's it, and move on with our lives. Because again, if you're saying it's human error and that's it, and you can't do anything about it, great, then we can't challenge penalties and move on with our lives. Like the NFC Championship game last year. That sucked. Everyone was like, yeah, that's pass interference, but it's human error, right? There is subjectivity between all the different referee crews. That sucks. But if you're saying, hey, it is what it is, it's human beings making mistakes, then great, let's keep on playing football. But if you're trying to perfect it by challenging it or reviewing it, you're making it worse. So either pick a lane, make it better, or don't. That's it. That's it. 2004 QB class. What do we got? All right, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, Matt Schaub. Roethlisberger, Rivers, or Manning. Manning was the most clutch, I would think, out of all of them. Phillip Rivers, it has like the most statistical stuff, but I think Ben Roethlisberger in his prime when he wasn't doing terrible things to people was the best one. Alrighty, so with that being said, get rid of all the refs and rules. Make it like NFL Blitz in here. Like, listen, if we're going to do it, then just freaking do it. That's it. That's it. I don't watch the NBA, I apologize. So, Chiefs D doesn't look good. That's because it's not good. I want to look at the schedule, right? It's 10-6. They're beating the Broncos. That's something, right? That's good. The Broncos have the ball. This is not going to turn into a live stream. Oh, handoff. Oh, almost broke it for a touchdown. Santos with $2 donation. Why does Fantasy say Rodgers questionable? He was on the injury report last week, too. I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's his knee, but he should be okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to head out for the evening. I appreciate you joining me. Nearly 300 people in this wonderful live stream. So, NFL Blitz was better. So, we'll have 2 interview clips coming out tomorrow and also a potential trade video for the Packers. We're not live streaming the Chiefs. No, no. Can't do that today. I might, though, so we're obviously going to stream I'm flying out of a wedding on Sunday to go and make sure that I'm here for the stream for the Raiders. So I will do the Raiders stream, and there's potential, it's the Eagles versus Cowboys on Sunday night. Maybe, big game for the Cowboys. Maybe we'll call over Papa Grossi and say, hey, Papa Grossi, want to do some streaming? Colin $1.99, much love, bro. Thank you so much. HGG, which question? What do you got? Quick. Maybe Papa Grossi. Maybe we'll do that. 49ers second in the power rankings. I don't have them that high. I had them at what, 4? I think I had them at 4? Yeah, I think I had it 4 in my power rankings. QC with a $4.99. I can't leave when there's donations. The QC with a $4.99. Tom, I'm a Vikings fan. I found your channel through TSF. Got it. Love the way you run your channel. You're a good dude. Big congrats on quitting your job. Thank you so much, QC. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the kind words, bud. I appreciate it. There is a Discord server. There is one. Have a good sloppy Saturday. Thank you. Should you start Kirk next week? Who are the Vikings playing again? I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, I have it right here. Lions? You could. Sports Fury. Got it. TSF. I was confused for a second. So, all right, gang. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you. There'll be videos out tomorrow, and I will see you on Sunday for the live stream at 1 p.m. Eastern for the Raiders and Packers. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom frickin' Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.